Hello, it's Ladonia here from Keep It Crafty with Ladonia, and I'm here with the April 22 video for the Team Jazzledazzle video hop. And this month we are doing a colour challenge, and I was allowed to choose the colours this month, and the reason I chose these three, which is Mint Macaron, Pear Pizzazz and Calypso Coral, is because they just happened to be the three at the top of the stack that was next to me at the time. So this is what we're working with. And then we're allowed to add on a basic colour. So for my basic colour, I'm using basic white. My neutral colour, I'm using basic white, and then I'm going to use some clear basic rhinestone jewels. So I'm going to use this suite here, the stamp set and the punch. This is retiring very soon. So yeah, I love this set. It's really good. Now, I've written on these numbers on here, if you're interested, is the ideal width of the piece of card that I like to use to slide in. So if I just wanted to stamp the strawberry, I would use a piece of card that is 1 5/8 of an inch wide, stamp my strawberry and then slot it in, so then I'm wasting as little amount of card as possible. So that's just what those numbers are there for. That's in inches. So this is what we're going to be using. So I'm going to do some stamping first, and I've got 3 pieces, so 2 for the inside, because now I've got Mint Macaron card base, and I'm going to put 2 pieces on the inside because this is going to be a thank you card for somebody that I want to write a reasonably sized message for. So I'm going to put 2 layers on the inside. So let's get some stamping done first, and I'm going to stamp in the Pear Pizzazz, because it's going to be this image here, and we're not going to use any infills on it. I'm just going to use the stamp itself. So I want 2 for the inside, so I'm just going to do a bit in the corner of each one. So that's one done, and then another. I'm not bothered that they're not identical, they're close enough. And then this is going to be for the front. So what I'm going to do, this is roughly 4 inches wide, so I'm just going to draw a line down the middle, because I'm going to cover that up. So I've lined that up there with my 2 inches either side of my boulder line here, and then I'm just going to draw a line down there, just to keep me in the right place. But we're going to cover that up, so that don't matter that that line's there. So I'm going to just stamp across the middle. Leaving a bit of a gap at the top. I like the gap at the top, I think that's quite nice. And then we're going to turn it over and do exactly the same down here. I'm not fussed about the middle bit, because like I say, we're covering that over. So there we go. That's all I'm doing with that layer for the moment. Now I'm going to want 3 of the leaves. So I've got a piece of card here. If I check my punch, 1 1/4 inches. Is that the right piece? Yeah, that's 1 1/4 inches. And I want 3 leaves. So I'm just going to stamp. Now I like to slide it in using my right hand, so I want to make sure that I've got the stamp in the right orientation. So I'll just check that and then make sure that I'm stamping the right way. I'm going to do 1 on either end first, and then I'll do the 3rd one, because that way we waste as little of the card as possible. So I'm going to punch that out. As you can see there, if I'd have stamped up close, then I could be punching some of the next leaf out when I do this one. So just line it up, squeeze and punch, and then we'll do this one, and then I'll stamp 1 more. Sorry about the shadow, it's evening again when I'm videoing, so I don't have the daylight. Right, so that's 2 of them. So let's get rid of that piece there. And then I'll stamp 1 more. And that will be, I think that's that ink. No, I need the little tops for the strawberries. Can't remember what they're called. Is it the calyx, maybe? I'm not sure, I can't remember. But the little stem tops. Now line it up, squeeze it, and then punch. So that's that piece done. Now I want this small piece here for the strawberry tops. And which way does my punch go? Right, that way. Now this one I'm not worried about stamping close, because we're going in at the edge, which means my next image won't be under any of the other punch parts. So squeeze and then punch, and then same again. I'm finding it a bit difficult to line up while I'm got the camera on, because obviously normally I would face it directly at my face. Right, so that's that, and I think now that is this ink finished. Oh, now I've got it all over my knuckles. I'll finish with that ink. Let me just grab a little wipe, clean my hand, because as I'm going to get ink everywhere. So sorry about that, just 1 second. And it's under my nails. There we go. Right. So, next I think I will do the, let me just put these where I need them so as I don't lose them. 1 more there. I want 2 strawberries and 3 flowers. So let's do the little flowers. I'm going to do the flowers in the mint macaron. And again, this will be at the edge, but this will be from the left edge. So I'm going to have to slide it in this direction. So I'm going to stamp there. And there. And then another one just there. I think that's it for that ink. And then we'll punch these out. So again, this one is at the side, so it doesn't matter that one of them is a little bit close. The other one's on the other end, so that don't matter. So just line up, squeeze, and punch. And again. And then 1 more. Try and make sure you get all of your little tiny bits out, because if they get jammed in, it can hold your punch closed. That has happened to me a few times. So I'm trying to be a lot more careful these days about making sure that all the little tiny extra bits have come out each time I do punching. So that's my flowers. And then we're going to do the strawberries. And we're going to use Calypso Coral, which I know is not really a strawberry colour. But that's what we're going to use. So although strawberries do come in varying shades, don't they? So again, we need to look at the punch and see which way it goes in. So I want my stamp to be in that direction, that orientation. So I'm going to stamp one like that, turn it round, and stamp another one like so, and then we shall do, I think I'm going to stamp off, so we've got a paler infill. Now let me try and line this up without getting my head in the way. Hopefully that's in the right place. Yep. And then the other one, stamp it off, and although this is sort of an orangey colour, I think this still looks nice as a strawberry. Oh no, that's not good enough. So let's turn that one over that way and try again. So there's always two sides to a piece of card. Nope, done it wrong again. So I need another piece of cards. Let me go in my scrapbox. See if I can find a piece that is... No, this is wider, isn't it? It's 1 5/8. That piece there, that's wide enough, yeah. So we've got one done there. And we'll try and do one more on here. Right, let me stand up and try and get this one better. I think I've gone wrong again. Oh no, that will do. That's nice. So, and then just the sentiment. So I have got, where did I put it? Just here. Little punch out from the Cloud Punch. So I'm going to stamp the sentiment on here, and it's from the same stamp set, and it says, "That was so sweet of you." The reason I'm making this with this sentiment is because today is the day before Easter. Tomorrow will be Easter Sunday, and in the post today I got this beautiful card from all the way from Germany, and it's got lots of sparkle on it. I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but she's spent lots of time doing colouring in. So I'm making a thank you card, and I'm going to write a message in it. That's why I wanted the 2 layers for the inside. I'm going to write a nice message inside. But yes, it was a lovely little card to get in the post this morning. So now we need to punch out our strawberries, and then we are almost ready for assembly. So just line it up, squeeze and punch. No, not that one, this one, wasn't it? And then squeeze to hold it in place, and then press it to punch it out. Right, so that's got all my little bits and bobs. That can go back in the scrap box. These can go off to the side. I'll get rid of my scratch paper. And then we have, now I want my scratch paper back. We've got this piece of cardstock here. Now that is the same width as all of my layers. And then it's 2 inches deep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my mint macaron ink to match the card base. And this has gone through the machine in an embossing folder. The painted texture 3D embossing folder is what I've used for this. And then I'm just going to ink it up a little bit just to tie it in with the card base. I think I've got cat hair on now. I'm going to have a look at that when we finish. So I'm just going to put a little bit of colour on. I'm doing it after I've done the embossing, so as it picks up the ridges. I'll just put a bit of colour on. So nice and quick, nice and simple. With the embossing, it just highlights areas without making it too dramatic, but it does have a lovely effect. So I think we are ready for assembly. So now we can get rid of that. Put that underneath out of the way. So I want my card base and then my layer. In fact, I'm going to put my inside layers on first, so then when I'm putting the gems and everything on afterwards, then I won't need to press around gems when I'm putting these ones in. So I'm going to put the stamped corners, I'm going to put opposite corners. So this one's going to go in the bottom. And then the other one will go up here in the top. There we go. And that's done then, ready. I'm not going to stamp any sentiments in there because that's just going to be for writing. So now we're ready to decorate the outside. So I'm going to stick this one on flat. Just a nice even border around the outside. The card base is half a sheet of A4 cut in half and then scored in half. And then this layer here is 10.5 centimetres, no, 10.1 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. So, and then this is going to sit across the middle just there. Oh. And again, we're just going to glue that on. I think my glue is starting to run out, which is a nuisance, but I do have another one, I think, in the drawer near me. So we've done that. And one other thing I did find in the colours that we're doing is I've got some mint macaron ribbon. So I'm going to put just a line of that across the front. So I'm going to cut the edge at an angle. And then this one just there. Cut that at an angle, and that should be, yep, just the right length. So I'm going to use my tape runner to put that on. I'm just going to go straight across the middle there. I think I might have gone slightly too far. We shall see in a moment. Yeah. So before we stick it down, if you haven't pressed it yet, you can actually roll that up. Yes, I think I need to do the same to that corner just there. So just roll it back a little bit, because we haven't put any pressure on it yet. You can slightly move it. I don't know if you can see that. So I've just rubbed it with my finger, and hopefully this ribbon should cover that. Yep, and it does. So we've got that on there, which ties in with the ink and the cardstock. And then we're going to build up the rest. We're going to want some dimensionals. So I'm going to get out my little ones. And then we're going to stick the, I'm going to call them calyx. I might be wrong. If I am wrong, please somebody put me right. But the little strawberry tops. I'm just going to put a little tiny spot of glue on the two bottom leaves and then attach that in place just there. And the same with this one, and then we'll be ready to stick them on the card. Now, as this is a video hop, we are only a small group. Please do go ahead and check out the other videos, because it's hugely appreciated when you do. So I'm going to stick those like that. I think I'll put these on first. So get my little pokey tool. So I'm going to want a dimensional up here, and then another one down at the bottom. And that is going to go just there. And then this one I'm going to bring just a little bit lower. So again, we're going to want one at the bottom, and we're going to want one about there. So that'll sit. And that's a little bit too low. Can I get that off and move that higher? I think I've got rid of half the stick, so let's just use a new one. I'll put that a little bit higher. Yes, because obviously the dimensionals will stop that going past the ribbon. So yeah, I want that to sit a bit like that. So that's better. So we sit that like that. I'm going to want dimensionals on my sentiment, and the sentiment again is going to sit with the top part on the ribbon. So I'm going to want some of these along the bottom, but not at the top. So we will put a spot of glue at the top, and then that will dry into the ribbon and hold it in place. Yes, the other ladies on the team do some lovely projects, so please check those out too. And it's always fun to see what we all come up with, because we don't know until the videos go live, we don't know what each other's done. So now I'm going to put these 3 lids, I want to dry fit these first. So I'm going to have 1, 2, and that one. The foam pad is in the way a bit, so let's chop that bottom bit off. And I think I'm going to do the same with this one. Probably not quite so much of that one. No, a little bit more. Right, we seem to be just here. This seems to be where the pad is. So let's just do that and see what. Yeah, I think that sits in a little bit better. So I'm going to glue these 2 down first and this one on the top. So just again with wet glue. Give them a squish down. Give it a squish down, and then this one is going to be sat, still going to be sat flat, but it's going to be on top of the other 2. There we go, like that. Then we've got our 3 flowers. I'm going to stick 2 of these flats and then pop the other one up on a foam pad. So that's there. I think we'll go like that. And then this one up on a foam pad. Like so. And the only thing left to do now is add some bling. Love a card with a bit of bling. So, for the flowers, I'm going to use these medium-sized gems. I've used all my large ones, so I'm going to use the medium-sized one for the flowers, for these 3 flowers. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to pop some of the smaller ones, and we're going to go mad. Let's put them on all of the little flowers. Why not? We're a bit heavier on the gems on this side, so let's put 1 there and 1 there, just to even it out a little bit, give them a bit of a squish. And that is my card finished. So I hope you like it. What I'm going to show you, I did a oh sorry, let me get that out of the way. I did a, what's the word, a trial run. This was my prototype, that's it. I did a prototype, and this layer here is up on foam pads. So when this goes in the envelope, this, let me turn it that way around, is not going to go through as a standard letter because it is too fat. This one should, in theory, go through the standard letter because I've not used foam pads underneath that first layer. So, fingers crossed. Yep, that goes through. So, because we've kept everything fairly flat, we've used just the dimensionals. The highest thing is this gem here because that flower is on a dimensional pad. If you're at all dubious, you could just leave that one off or not put a foam pad under there. But that is my card that I've made today that I'm going to send out to Germany, and this is my prototype. So this one won't go abroad because it'll be be more expensive. So this one will stay in the UK and be for somebody. I'll save this for a friend who I can hand deliver to, which is even better. So I hope you like my card. Obviously didn't use as much bling on this one. This one is a little bit plainer. I might add extra bling on them flowers there as well. So yes, this stamp set and this punch and this ribbon. So the ribbon, which is gorgeous, it's like a velvety. And then this punch and this stamp set, they are all retiring very soon. When the new catalogue starts at the beginning of May, these are retiring. So if you do like them, have a look at getting them. But I hope you've liked my project, and I hope you like the other projects too. Please give us a thumbs up, because it is very much appreciated. And I'll see you next month with next month's video hop. Bye for now.